All right, so welcome back. I wanted to do a little comparison. I did a video a while back that a lot of people seem to be, it always interests me when people get invested in the gun they're going to carry. And let me explain what I'm talking about, where it's almost like an ego thing. I don't do that, but that's beside the point. But I decided to set up my preferenced gun with the gun that everybody else seems to prefer over the gun I prefer if I'm going to carry a small gun. And I set it up the same way. So here we have the Sig P365, the CZ P10S, both of them in DeSantis Variable GRD Holsters. These are outside the waistband holsters, so because of their size and because that's my preferred method of carry, no matter what size the gun is, this is what I went with. These holsters have a Kydex pinch mechanism on the inside of it. Grabs the trigger guard. If you listen, very positive grip on the gun. The Sig P365. This is, a lot of people carry this. A lot of people carry this because Sig did a miraculous thing with this. It's a very small pistol, or at least it seems that way, right? Holds 12 rounds. That's also miraculous in a pistol this size. My preferred gun, if I'm going to carry a gun this size, is not quite that size. The CZ P10S, I've shot this gun extensively. It feels more substantial in my hand. But what is the difference between these two, and is one better than the other? I decided to try to figure this out. So let's first go to a tale of the tape. Look at the dimensions. So, the Sig P365, overall length is 5.8 inches, height is 4.3 inches, width is 1 inch. Weight, unloaded, 17.8 ounces, that is superb. The barrel is 3.1 inches. The CZ P10S, length 6.6 inches, height 4.6 inches, width 1.26 inches, weight 24.4 ounces unloaded, once again superb, barrel 3.5 inches. When you're looking at it in certain ways, like this way, of course, P10S looks a lot more substantial. From a height perspective, pretty close to the same. From a width perspective, 0.26 inches, I don't know. I can't measure that with my eyesight. The grip itself is also interesting to look at, although at first glance you would think this gun is so much smaller than this gun. For me, it boils down to preference, but you know what? Let's talk about these guns on the range. Let's talk about the CZ P10S. Now, the strong point of this gun is it's part of the P10 family. And this is where it decimates the P365 because this can run the magazines out of the P10F and the P10C, sort of like Glock. The magazines are metal magazines holding 12 rounds. It does not, coming out of the box, you have the front serrations, you have the rear serrations, you have aluminum sights that are night sights, and you have a textured grip with exchangeable back straps. The trigger, coming out of the box, is one of the best ones out there in the striker-fired field. As a matter of fact, I think the best striker-fired gun that I've ever shot is the big brother of this, the P10F. Very hard to beat this package. It shoots really, really well. Handles really, really well. It handles like a bigger gun. And you can manipulate it like a full-size gun because it's pretty close. This is not as big as a Glock 19 and it's not as small as a Glock 26. Then, the P365. Now, once again, let's not discount the miracle that this little gun is. It has good sights, okay? This one, I don't know if it ships this way. I bought this gun used, and it almost looks like it has a grip tape around the grip, which is pretty nice, actually. The main factor with this is with this particular magazine, you have a full grip in the gun. The controls on it are small, as you might imagine. And for me, with my hands, I have arthritic hands. In the event, once again, you have the front slide serrations, you have the rear slide serrations. Very easy to manipulate. The magazine release is swappable, and it has been suggested to me that I put it here and maybe run it like a H&K VP9 with that European mag release around the trigger guard. Haven't done that yet. Haven't tried that yet. But this gun on the range is surprising because it does shoot with really good range matters. It is shooting center mass. It's shooting on target. And where the problem with this gun comes into for me, is just in the possible manipulation of a failure to feed, a malfunction. Haven't had one yet. Haven't had one with this gun yet. I have fed all kinds of garbage into it. All kinds of garbage into it. So, when you're sitting down, if you're going to choose one of these guns and you're a concealed carrier, it comes down to which one you like the most. I think both of these are just as capable. My preference is the P10S. Pure and simple. I've always had a thing with CZ. CZ sponsors the show. I mean, it just feels better, and I train with this more, and I can train with this more, and it doesn't seem to bother me. Well, I can train as much as I can afford the ammo to train with it. However, if you have small hands, if you just want to carry the smallest gun you can that is effective, this is it. This is the smallest gun that is effective. This will do you well. And like I said, it just comes down to a matter of preference. That's it. That's all. So, there you have it. Get out there and look around. There's some guns out there, without a doubt. And in any event, we'll be back soon. I'll be talking to you. I got some other cool stuff coming your way. Something I haven't seen, some other stuff that I have seen. In any event, thanks for taking the time to join me today. And hey, this has been Lock and Load.
The largest small arms factory in the world, CZ products have become legendary. From the iconic CZ75 to modern favorites like the Scorpion and P10, CZ firearms are known for their quality, accuracy, and reliability without breaking the bank. CZ, for those who know.
Owned and operated for more than 40 years, DeSantis has become the choice of elite U.S. law enforcement and the U.S. military. DeSantis uses skilled craftspeople to construct their holsters by hand, right here in the United States. To see DeSantis holsters in action, watch Personal Defense World's Everyday Carry video series at personaldefenseworld.com.